Good afternoon, everybody. Excuse the slightly hairy face. I'm obviously starting to grow it out now. Now the winter's coming in and it's getting really cold. No, I'm just joking. It's mainly out of laziness, but I'll have to get rid of it soon because the wife hates it. So next week it'll probably be. I'll never get rid of it, but I'll probably trim it down a little bit shorter. Anyway, so today I wanted to talk to you all about email deliverability. Excuse me. Now, email deliverability is really important for two reasons really. Not two reasons, on two bases. Email deliverability is obviously important if you're doing cold scale email, like one of the services that we offer. But actually, Email deliverability is also really important just for your own email. If it's professional Gmail email, this is really important because if that's not there and you end up having a correspondence between someone and they say, please send me an email, with all the details that we spoke about today. When you go and send them an email and there's no reply, and it ends up in their junk box, obviously this slows down the dialogue and the whole sales cycle. But also not just the sales cycle that's important. It potentially might think the receiver might believe that you're actually not interested and you're not sort of chasing the work, or you're not prospecting them properly. So obviously email deliverability is really important. And email deliverability is actually really easy to fix. It essentially requires three things. The first thing is the SPF records. The second thing is the DKIM records. And the third is the DMARC records. So all of these can essentially be done online. And all you have to do is once you have your domain and your Gmail all set up, you go online. I think you use a website called MX Lookup. But essentially, SPF, DMARC, and DKIM. If you Google each one of those, and just say how do I set up SPF, how do I set up DMARC, etc. There's literally like a 3-step follow through guide and instruction on how to do it, and it is really really easy. Once you set these up, your emails should be checked. I use a website called mail-tester.com, I think it is. And I literally put the email into there. It gives you a kind of an alias to send the email to. And then once you've sent an email, obviously put in there a subject and then some sort of brief message that obviously looks legitimate. Dear Peter, I'm just reaching out to you in regards to the conversation we had last week. How do you feel like catching up next Wednesday at 3 o'clock, whatever it may be. Kind regards, Ollie. Put that in there, send it, and then you go back to the mail tester website, press send email, and once you've done that, it will give you a score. Now really anything below 8 means you've probably done something wrong, so really what you want to do is 7.5, 8 and above, preferably 9.5 out of 10 is the rating that you really want to get your email deliverability sorted. And again, that's really easy. And if you're getting below sort of 7.5, it probably means that you've done something wrong, or that your email's already been blacklisted in a few places, which obviously does happen. Probably the easiest and cheapest way to rectify it is set up a separate domain with the same name. So for instance, our primary domain is Not2Mention.com, but if for whatever reason our email deliverability is crushed on this one, and we've been blacklisted all over the place, not that we have, you could always have Not2Mention.org and then redirect it to that. So now you've got a fresh domain to play with, and then you can sort out the email deliverability from the get-go. Once you've sorted out the email deliverability, it's worth also double checking once you've actually written the message that you want to send to people. So once you've decided on your copy and your script of your email and your subject line, everything's as it should do and should be and as it looks. Take away the mail mergers, put in what you actually a sample of what the person you would be emailing to. For example, dear Peter rather than dear first name. Go back into mail tester, put in the email copy and the script from your email and test it again, because that will probably pick up any spammy words. Again, spammy words is really important because we want to stay away from certain words that all the servers behind the scenes will pick up as spam. For instance, free or 2 for 1. Those kinds of words you want to avoid within an email, because it could potentially highlight your email as spam on the receiver's server. So just be aware of these things to look out for. So like I say, email deliverability is really simple, really easy to fix. I'll post in the box below. I'll show you the link to the websites that I use to set it up. Like I say, it's really easy. It's just basically a process of copy and paste. All right, guys, toodaloo.